Hey brother, Ben, so today I'm going to talk about, today I'm going to talk about public speaking, something a lot of people are really afraid of, and I imagine that's because they're afraid of, like, messing up and embarrassing themselves, not the actual talking. I heard a stat once that humiliation is the #1 human fear, like, more than death. Like, they'd rather kill themselves than be humiliated, and I mean, that's really kind of embarrassing right there. They should probably just go kill themselves. Ben, last week I had to give a presentation to the Radford University, your alma mater, chapter of the American Marketing Association about my career as an event marketer. Now, Ben, at my job, I will occasionally have to do some public speaking, but mostly it's to my coworkers or people I frequently deal with, so it's not like particularly nerve-wracking. This was a little bit different situation though, Ben. See, my intern set up the whole thing, and when she initially asked me if I wanted to come talk to her class, I thought to myself, ha! Hour drive to Radford, 5 minutes of talking, hour drive back, 3 hours out of work for free, and one of my boss's goals for me is to speak to a class? How many birds can a single man kill with one stone? I mean, I guess it would honestly depend on the size of the bird and, of course, the size of the stone. I mean, if I'm taking down ostriches with the rock that fits in my hand, it's probably going to take a while, but will be totally worth it. Ostrich burgers, anyone? Okay, back to Radford. Go Highlanders. There can only be one Highlander! Ah! Okay, seriously, back to Radford. There I am thinking, all I'm gonna have to do is a 5-minute talk, and the next day my intern walks in and says, look, I made flyers for you. Huh? Turns out I had become an event. They had flyers, they made posters, they sent out e-blasts, there was Facebook posts about it. The professor was offering extra credit to come see me. Me! I immediately began recalling all the public speaking I had to do in school. The Baton Country Report, potassium, the Atlantis incident. I will say that I nailed the Gulliver's Travel Report. How was I supposed to present, like, real-life information to 60 college students for 40 minutes? Well, to make a long story short, it actually went really well. They seemed engaged, they asked lots of questions, they laughed at my jokes, and bonus, I got several resumes for incoming interns. But it left me wondering what changed, what made me so much better at this now than I used to be. So my first thought was this, Super Carlin Brothers, because this is kind of like doing public speaking like once or twice a week, right? Except that you guys don't see how many times I mess up. How many times I mess up. So here's why I think I did better and some tips for you guys if you guys thought to give any presentations in school or anything. First, I knew what I was talking about in a way that I never did in high school. And no, I don't mean that I was like stupid in high school, but I mean that I could have read The Grapes of Wrath front and back twice. I could have taken great notes in class and read summaries online and done all that crap. And I still wouldn't have had this all-encompassing knowledge of the book the way that I do from working in the field for 3 years. There's nothing anyone can ask me about my job that I don't know the answer to. So here's the comforting thought. Once you're in the real world, no one's ever gonna ask you to give a presentation on anything that you don't already have all of the answers to. Like, no one's just gonna randomly give you an assignment to give a presentation on Abe Lincoln, unless you're like a history Abe Lincoln buff. So if you can pick your own topic, pick something you already know a ton about. I mean, don't handicap yourself right out of the gate, and if you can't, just do the research you had to do and present the findings. No one's looking for you to embellish or discover something new. They just want to know what you learned. Next, go first. I know it sounds daunting, but there are a ton of advantages. Like, the teacher never grades the first person nearly as hard as the next person. Second, I guarantee you that someone in your class is naturally gifted as a public speaker, and they will set the bar really high for everybody else. Plus, presentations can take 2 to 3 class days before everyone's done, and you can avoid stressing out for that entire time by just going first. Third, practice. Even if it's just to yourself in your room, say it out loud several times. If you know how you want it to go, you'll know how to recover if you mess up. Fourth, and trust me on this one, make fun of the project in some way. Trust me, everyone in that class hates this project as much as you did. If you want to make fun of the stupid things the main character did, do it. I do think I nailed the Gulliver's Travels presentation. A little bit of humor will go a long way. And lastly, if you're using PowerPoint or something, do not just write full sentences on the slide and then read them directly off it. List out bullet points and then just talk about them. You'll seem way smarter, I promise. Hope that helps some people out. Ben, my question for you and everybody else is, are you a good public speaker? What is your best or worst time doing so? Let me know down in the towels section below, and I will see you in another life, brother. Ben, I want to give an end screen shout out to one of our new viewers, Waterflame, who spent the last 4 days of her life doing nothing except watching Super Carlin Brothers videos and taking the occasional bagel break, of course. She left us tons of comments. Please welcome her down in the towel section. Thanks for watching, and also, we hit 2,500 subscribers. You guys continue to amaze me. See you next time.